The Hyderabad Disaster Response and Asset Protection Agency, or HYDRAA as it's popularly known, is the need of the century for almost all Indian cities, and I will tell you why.
HYDRAA? Oh, HYDRAA.
HYDRAA. The brainchild of Telangana Congress Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, HYDRAA was constituted, and since then, building after building have been demolished across the city.
Since its inception in July 2024, HYDRAA has been at the center of political crossfire.
Good morning, KTR uncle. My name is. This is Mansi here. They demolished our house.
जहाँ पर पानी है वहाँ पर आप गए, जहाँ पर आप है वो पानी इधर आ रहे, पानी के घर पे आप घुसे, पानी आपके घर पे घुस रहा है, इतना ही फर्क है। तो पानी का जगह पानी को दे रहा हूँ मैं।
Their ways maybe aren't ideal, or by the book for that matter. Circumvention of established protocols calls for a thorough investigation. But does any of that nullify the logic behind the formation of the agency? Definitely not. HYDRAA's primary agenda is reclamation of water bodies, discouraging encroachments and punishing those responsible. Life coming to a standstill, emergency services getting impacted, and roads of metropolitan cities like Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Delhi getting clogged within hours has now become normal for all of us. As much as we crib, vent out, blame the authorities, most of it is momentary. Are we really ready to accept the solution? Are we even seeking solutions for that matter? 19th of June 2019 was declared as Day Zero in Chennai. Almost a point of no return until the gods blessed the city. The city's main water supply system collapsed, all 4 major reservoirs dried up, millions of people suffered. Those who could afford paid exorbitant prices for water tankers, and those who couldn't waited in lines for hours together to grab a bucket of water. This came as a surprise to many, as Chennai historically has been a flood-prone city. This became a case study for experts worldwide. 1985, 2005, 2015, 2021 and once again in 2023. Floods kept hitting Chennai through decades, and experts say it will not end there until we mend our ways. In October 2020, the city of Hyderabad experienced severe flash floods, consumed over 50 lives. Several prime areas in Hyderabad experienced water shortage during the summer seasons year on year as well. In 2022, Bengaluru experienced excessive rainfall, leading to flooding in various parts of the city. As recently as May 2025, we all saw boats sailing on Bengaluru's roads, rescuing people. While we cannot deny that climate change played a part, there is one common link between all of these man-made disasters: encroachment of water bodies. This one reason alone can cause both floods and drought. Encroachment reduces the storage capacity, increases runoff, and blocks the drainage system. All of these factors contribute to flooding of residential areas. As a consequence, groundwater recharge is reduced and water cycle is disrupted, leading to acute water shortage during dry periods. Experts have been at it for years, and data backs them too. Multiple traditional water storage facilities of Chennai have been significantly reduced in size. Only 24% of the Velachery Lake's original area was left as of 2019. Pallikarane marshlands, popularly known as the flood sink of the city, shrunk from 5,000 acres in 1972 to 600 acres in 2019. The Villavakkam Lake shrank from 214 acres to 20, and the list goes on. Scores of tanks, which were the backbone of the city's storage network, have completely or partly disappeared, leaving adjacent areas vulnerable to floods. The Long Tank, Nungambakam Tank, Mylapore Tank, the Perambur Tank are just a handful of examples. The state of Tamil Nadu goes to polls in 2026, within a matter of months. And unfortunately, there's no place for such issues in the political sphere. Hindi imposition and other high-octane controversies seem to be the priority for those in the fray. The city of Bengaluru was once called the City of Thousand Lakes. According to reports, the city lost 79% of its water bodies and 88% of its vegetation in the last 45 years owing to ill-planned urban development. A survey conducted by the Karnataka Public Land Corporation and the Tank Conservation and Development Authority around September 2021 revealed that of the 18,885 lakes surveyed across Karnataka, 7,600 were encroached, including 734 lakes in Bengaluru urban and 643 lakes in Bengaluru rural. Karnataka as a state lost over 13,000 water bodies in just 1 year between 2021 and 2022, according to the Union Jal Shakti Ministry. According to the census report, Karnataka has about 26,994 water bodies and 21,120 water bodies, that is 78.2% of them have either dried up or have been destroyed beyond repair. Does that say something about the floods in 2022? Ask yourself that. The story of the city of Hyderabad starts way back in 1908. The city experienced devastating floods that year due to a tropical storm in the Bay of Bengal, leading to loss of lives and property. The tragedy prompted the then Nizam of Hyderabad, Mehboob Ali Khan, to undertake serious measures to prevent a repeat of the episode in the future. The 19th Diwan of Mysore and renowned engineer Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya was therefore called upon to help. The Usman Sagar and the Himayat Sagar reservoirs were therefore constructed in 1920 and 1927 respectively. Along with that, around 3,000 small lakes were developed in Hyderabad. These water bodies deployed an interconnected network to protect the city from floods. Over time, most of these man-made safety nets, as I would like to call them, have disappeared. Assessments of the National Remote Sensing Agency or NRSA using satellite data have revealed that lakes in Hyderabad shrunk sharply by 61% between 1979 and 2023. According to official numbers put out by the government of Telangana, 53.3% of water bodies in and around Hyderabad were either partially or fully encroached in the last 20 years alone. It is abundantly clear that this problem needs to be addressed and addressed now. There are two debates in play when we talk about solutions: the moral and the legal debate. I personally believe that HYDRAA is a step towards solving the problem. The legality of what HYDRAA is doing is plain and simple in my opinion. If one illegally encroaches on public land, he or she deserves to be punished. Indian law clearly states that it is the prerogative of the citizen to be vigilant and stay updated with evolving laws and policies. If I buy a house that is built up on an encroached piece of land, irrespective of how hard I have worked to save up that money, I am responsible for my laws and nobody else. It is not the government's responsibility to educate every single citizen individually. And in some cases, if I wish to contest the whole claim of the land parcel itself being public property, there are legal remedies available. Approach the court of law and HYDRAA will be penalized if the court rules in your favor. Simple, right? But why aren't people able to digest this? Even HYDRAA was seen backtracking in multiple cases due to public outrage. It is because of the wrong precedent that was set by the political class to safeguard their vote banks in the past. For example, Government Order No. 59 was issued in 2014 in Telangana. This was done during the BRS regime, and Telangana, mind you, isn't the only state doing this. Under the land regularization scheme, an individual can regularize possession of government lands by paying a certain amount of fee. How paradoxical is that? Illegally occupy land, use it for decades, and then pay a fee to regularize and legally make it yours. Some also question the need to form a new agency called HYDRAA. The HYDRAA chief answers this aptly in my opinion. He says, and I quote, "Multiple departments worked in silos: revenue, town planning, irrigation, and police. When so many are responsible, nobody is." Reportedly, a 2020 Comptroller and Auditor General report singled out the Revenue Department's inaction for enabling ongoing encroachments. GHMC had spent less than 15% of its lake budget between 2014 and 2018. The report cited institutional passivity as a recurring issue. Therefore, the need for an exclusive body which can be held responsible and enforce accountability. Having said all of that, multiple instances of HYDRAA flouting established protocols have made headlines as well. As citizens, it's our right to question, and we should do that with all our might. But demands of doing away with the agency and its motto altogether is unacceptable and to an extent illogical. Now the moral debate. A lot of people have questioned the way this operation was executed. While some feel it followed the demonetization and COVID lockdown path rushed into effect without proper consultations, there are also people who feel that fear needs to be instilled for Indians to take things seriously. Let's be honest. As an educated individual, it is very easy for me to say it is the citizen's mistake that he or she didn't take a legal opinion before procuring property. But that may not be a walk in the park for people belonging to various sections of the society for multiple reasons. Corrupt officials responsible for giving necessary permissions to builders and money-loaded contractors duping or fooling buyers need to be punished too. At the same time, the government may have to take up relief and rehabilitation efforts for those in need. Vigorous efforts to educate the masses and spread awareness should have preceded enforcement according to a very large section of the society. That being said, it brings me back to my point. This does not mean A. Opposition parties make this a political weapon, utilize emotional outbursts of buyers on social media to pile pressure on HYDRAA, and B. It also does not mean HYDRAA needs to shut shop and pray that some sort of divine intervention protects our lakes. Let's now cut out the noise and look at the crux of what matters. 1. HYDRAA is needed and should stay irrespective of public outrage. The political war over such initiatives is expected and isn't going away anytime soon. One can question the intention, the means, or even the end, but definitely not the need. 2. Forget demolitions. We suddenly hear people talking about buffer zones and FTLs, terms that they didn't even hear about before HYDRAA took charge. The fear instilled by the agency is also leading to people educating themselves. 3. We need to protect our water bodies, and there is absolutely no way around it. I do not want Hyderabad to be where Chennai or Bengaluru are today. It isn't like the Tamil Nadu government did not try to do something about the problem. All the initiatives did not yield desired results because it was either too late in some cases or had to battle the alleged lack of political will with deep-rooted red tapeism. 4. It is time to revisit our developmental plans. Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Chennai are three of the most developed cities in the country with a robust technological ecosystem, and the demand for land and water is only bound to increase. In the hunt for skyscrapers, are we causing irreversible damage to our cities? And why is it that this problem is hitting alarming levels in these cities more than the others? 5. As we try to raise massive investments, seek positioning our cities as hubs for emerging tech, global capability centers, and innovators, we also need to consider the environmental impacts. Decentralization of development could be one of the solutions that we can look at. 6. We as a city have a huge role to play. Be it something as simple as littering or a serious offense like land grabbing, the collective will of the people of the region to prioritize the greater good is non-negotiable. That can solve half the problem, if not all of it for sure. Because remember, that foreigner who asks you to use the bin or the upright citizen who advises you to steer away from illegal acts isn't benefiting from all of this. It is you, it is me, it is all of us.